Are we on now?
We're back.
There we go.
The last 10 minutes, Aaron goes, are we live yet? Are we live yet? Are we on yet? No, Aaron, we're not on yet. We are live.
Click the button.
Well, we've clicked on. We are back. Episode 19.
Yes.
Both sides of the line.
Yep.
Me and Azza once again. Azza, good one last week. Got some good feedback.
Great one last week.
I don't remember what we talked about, but I think we talked about something engaging.
Someone said we raised more questions than answers.
Yeah. and we solved the problem with colour orange. But, well, mate, welcome back.
Yes,
we are back
you,
into the studio. How are you, mate? What's going on?
What's going on? No, not too much. Life is careering towards Christmas.
Yes, it is.
It's actually funny because I thought, given this year's been slow, it'd be a slow build in to Christmas. God, no. It's been the exact bloody opposite.
Everyone's tired, mate. We've run out of juice, mate.
We are that old Datsun you were talking about with me the other week, rolling down the freeway at 100 clicks an hour, and it is screaming.
And
we're the fall to bits.
Well, it's also the old Datsun with not the fuel in the tank, with the fumes left in the tank. There's no fuel left, mate.
Yeah, that's right. We don't know if we're going to get to the destination.
Oil gone, black smoke everywhere. We're chugging along, mate. It's just like, I actually said something today. I said, we just had a group in today from David House, and I said to him, are we back next week? Because it's the 23rd. I just gained a week because I thought it was the 23rd next week, which means Christmas was next week.
Oh, that's how well you're going.
That's how I'm thinking. So
yeah,
the negative is I didn't know what date it was of the year or what part of the year it was, but the positive is I just gained a week in my life.
There you go.
I'd written it off.
So you're coming out ahead.
Oh, I think so. So there's always a positive in the income, mate, and I just found a positive.
Yeah, mate, no. So very, very, very fast lead into Christmas. Another week of tryouts down from my neck of the woods, I guess.
Yes, good.
I've been hearing a little rumour. That came to my attention today.
Yeah, it's just a small little
one. D. Hindle is re-entering the coaching ranks. Is that correct, Darren? Now, address it for our listeners here, because I'm sure some of these people have been hanging out to hear this sort of news.
Well, it's nothing big.
Your mouth in a while.
Well, it's not youth league or anything, but it's just as important. I'm doing the 18-2 girls at Hume.
Yes.
It wasn't part of my plan. It wasn't in my things moving forward, but a phone call yesterday sort of made me realise that maybe I did want to do it. Maybe I do miss it. Yeah. Maybe. So again, it wasn't we need you. It's just, did you want to? Are you interested? And so I thought, yeah, okay. Well, so I rang Kaz and said, what do you think? And she wanted me to as well. But the most important thing,
she wants you out of the house, mate.
Yes, she did. She's
you're doing it, Eddie.
She's her way of me committing to something because she thinks I get out the dad chores. So yeah, I'll be coaching Tyra, and the gain of this one is I was going to pick up an assistant coach, which I didn't see coming because it was self-motivated. Was Tegan's going to be my assistant? So I have my daughter as an assistant, and I get to coach Tyra again, who is actually funny and a joy to coach. To be fair,
that's great. That's a really great story, mate. And it's great. Can we go back to the podcast episode where you said, I'm never coaching again? I can't remember what episode that was. I think there might have been a couple of them. We'd love to get those clips up. No, I'm not coaching again. It's great that you are, mate. And I'm sure Tyra and Tegan are going to really love it.
Well, we just worked out. The train nights worked out. If the train nights had been a little different, I've always said no.
Yep.
But the schedule worked out when they train. I'm going to be there as a father anyway, watching. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not sure if I have a passion to do any other sort of coaching. But at least I'm coaching. Yeah,
and you're going to be coaching a great group of young ladies, and I'm sure they're going to be appreciative of your time, and you're going to teach them some really cool things. My question is probably out of this for you, Dazza, and you probably haven't even thought about it. You may have. How's this dynamic going to go? Because you're the coach. Tegan's going to be assistant. You know, have your young girl Tyra as a player. How is all that dynamic going to go? Because you're going to have disagreements with your assistant coach around how things may have to, be done. You know, that dynamic of both daughters, different roles. Well, some of those car rides to and from are going to be very interesting.
They do carry genes, so it's going to be pretty, feisty and pit bullish and attacking me.
So they're not going to back down, and you're just going to cop it.
Yeah, I'll cop it. But to be fair, the roles will be different. They're not my daughters. That's one thing I think I've always done with my kids. They're not my daughters, or they're not my kids.
Yeah.
Tyra's just a player.
Yeah.
Tegan will be my assistant. But one thing I will do with Tegan, and it was any other young girl in their program, which I offered to them as well, if Tegan hadn't rang me, is I'm happy to have anyone who wants to be involved and let their ideas. And there'll be times where they'll just say, hey, look, coach a quarter. I'll go sit back and assess. I'll put them in the. Yeah, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good for them, but it's going to be more exciting for me because I get to teach them or help them, guide them. I'll learn from their ideas because they're fresh in the game still. They're still seeing the vision in a game situation where, when was the last time I played again? So they got the fresh eyes on the court.
Long was there a 3-point line on the court? You were playing.
There was. I never defended, so I wouldn't know anything about that.
All right,
but I'll have fresh eyes, fresh ideas, and to be fair, Tyra's a no-brainer, but Tegan and me as a coaching crew, I reckon it's exciting.
It is very exciting.
I think she's smart. She's very smart, very intelligent, understands things, and she just doesn't realise it. But I think she's going to be a great fit for the girls looking up to her because she's part of the youth program.
Yeah, it's a great connection, isn't it? So I think some more clubs could probably do it like that, is have that connection with their youth players or their big V players or whatnot, participate in the junior program and actually, form those connections and relationships. Because I think there's nothing better, and I'll go back in my day, when you had some of those young players involved in the senior program come to your trainings and do some drills with you and come sit on the bench on game nights, whether it be just home games or whatever. And they used to give you such a lift. And then you'd go to their games and identify with them and say, I want to be the next rada.
Spot
on. That stuff doesn't it may happen in some clubs, I don't know. But I don't know how much it actually happens.
Let me just say, if the culture was right, the environment was right, kids would want to get back to that club.
Okay.
So sometimes I don't think you don't have to ask.
Yep.
Kids just want to get back. When Todd rang me and asked me, what I'd be interested in, I said, it's just if I was interested. I said, okay, well, yep. So we had a discussion around when Kaz. I already spoke to him and said, I said, look, I know how you guys work with assistants. Not that I need. I don't mean that just arrogantly.
Yeah.
What I was meant to say was, I don't need to bring an assistant. I don't go and find an assistant. But within your junior program or youth program, I'm happy to take anyone on board. If that means it's one person, it means it's a rotation concept where someone can sit on the bench and help, give back, and then another one the week after. So I think it's good for the players, not only to help encourage the youngsters and the youngsters look up to them, but what happens with the players, they get to see it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So while they're teaching someone and they're still in the freshness of playing, they're getting to see a whole new landscape.
Yeah.
It helps their decision making. It helps when the coach calls timeouts and those trains, they get an understanding of, okay, now I can understand why they're probably going through that in that direction.
Yeah.
Why they may have said this or why they're thinking that when I'm on the court, it's not sort of equating to each other. They can see why or how it evolves. That's why I encourage it is what they get to see from a different perspective.
Yeah, I agree. But I just love the fact that these young kids are going to see their heroes or identify with these people as their heroes or idols and whatnot and model some of their values perhaps and skills. And
I haven't spoken to them yet, but I'll do my D-days. But I'm thinking about maybe I'll get Tegan, if she wants to find a couple of girls who'd be interested, a couple of youth league girls come in and be part of that D-day.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
So I'll have the inner layer
of
the youngsters.
Yeah.
I'll have the outer layer of the girls who want to come in and contribute and just see the layers and then see how they can sort of, because I've never done that one before. So
yeah,
we can try it that way.
That'd be fascinating. That'd be really fascinating. And again, you're sort of forging on, not forcefully, but forging that sort of connectivity up, isn't it? And reinforcing that supportive, connected sort of culture.
Oh, and then that's what starts the pathways.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not saying I know more now, I'm just saying from my level of experience, the pathways come when people want to be part of each layer.
Yeah.
The junior layer, the youth league layer, the in-between, the senior, they all start to connect.
Yeah.
But sometimes they feel separated because of reasons I think we all know.
Yeah.
There's no connection, there's no emotional feel. It's just I play for my team and is that a club feel? But yeah, my passion is to try and do that's why I think I'm feeling it now. I can feel it now. I'm getting a little bit excited. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I haven't had it yet. Just talking about D-Day, talking about getting to meet this girl. So I do try it. That's another thing. I've never not done a tryout.
Yeah.
I'm about to meet a team and I got no issues with how they were selected. I'll take them for what they are. I have a non-biased view.
Yeah.
But I'm about to meet girls for the first time who have already been selected.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So I haven't seen them during a tryout. I haven't seen them through a process. I'm actually excited about that. And I love my D-Days. And then once I do my D-Days, I'll get my juices flowing. I'm starting to build something.
Yes.
So I love creating stuff. And that's the D-Days bring that. So I can feel it now. I can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel the energy coming from that side of the desk.
I'm trying not to be too excited, but yeah, I think I am excited, to be fair.
You are.
No.
I'm never coaching again.
Yeah, honestly,
you're all set. You're all set.
I was comfortable where I'm going. I don't need to, like I said to them, I don't need to coach. It's not as if I should be a coach. I'm not saying that I'm deserving to be a coach.
No.
I just don't have to be a coach.
No, you don't have that. You're not driven by ego that way. No.
I'm coaching Westbourne. I'm really high. We train kids here. Yeah. I gave it domestic the other day, which was my last let go. And that was hard because they were a Tuesday night. It's only because the night they play.
Yeah.
Well, I'm done. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And this pops up. So
it's amazing. It's amazing. We spoke about with DJ, these paths, they sort of take different directions and
we just don't
different opportunities.
Yeah, tomorrow's my yesterday.
It's not your tomorrow. Exactly right. Yeah.
And the more, and that's another thing that excites me. The more we go for this conversation, the more I think about the project we're doing and how it just makes sense.
Yep.
So I think I'm in the right direction there. What I'm doing now with you and everyone out, it just feels like everything's just right in the way we're going.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how do you feel about doing a team that you've never done trials for?
Look, I'll be honest. I've actually been in that situation.
Right.
So I went away overseas for the best part of nearly 2 weeks. So I missed essentially the whole trial. I think I was there for the very first session, which is the very first session, as you know. It's just there's 40 odd kids across the court or whatever, you know. So essentially missed out on the whole process, and had a team pre-done by the time I got back.
Positive, negatives. What did you find out? What do you think you could? What do you think you would have got more out of? Or for me, example.
Yeah.
No parent can tell me.
Yeah.
The team I picked.
Yeah.
So right away, I don't need to deal with the selection criteria.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you walk in again, fresh pair of eyes, take it for what it is. I was excited by the group. As it turned out, that group changed substantially because unfortunately, a lot of those players couldn't commit to the rigors of playing VC basketball.
Do you think from a player's perspective?
So if I'd known that and was if I was there for the tryouts, would I be able to pick up on that and connect with it that way and see some of the behaviors, the values, whatever it is that you can sort of pick up on as a coach? It could have been a bit different. Yeah. So my experience probably wasn't too great.
Right.
But
what about a player's
to say yours won't be?
What do you think your thoughts are on a player's perspective? So, for my situation,
they don't see the coach.
The team that done tryouts, they think they've got to know who the coaches are.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when it gets announced, who's this guy?
Yeah. It'd be a bit of a. I think it'd be a bit of a step back. I think a bit of a whoa. What's this person going to be about?
Do you think it's tryouts all over again? Like they've got comfortable, they're in the squad, they're in the team.
Yeah.
Now, hang on, now I've got to earn it again because this person doesn't know me. Vice. Do you think they might put more pressure on themselves?
I think that could definitely be a factor.
That's why we're doing D-Day.
Yeah. That's why it's really important. And I look back and reflect and go, I didn't do that. I didn't do a D-Day or anything like that. These guys probably didn't really wholly and solely know what I was going to be about.
Are you doing D-Day with this group that you've got?
With my 16s that I'll have, yes, I'll be doing a D-Day. Marco's got 16. 2 boys, so our squads together, we're closely aligned in how we sort of what we value and how we sort of coach our group. So,
as a squad or as a single team?
No, we'll do our own single team, but we'll be a very connected squad, I'd say, through the year, which is only going to be a great thing.
So, for those who don't know, D-Day is I call it the defining day. The day you get to really understand your players, where they were, where they're at, where they want to be as individuals and as a team.
Yep. And
then that's how you start your connective growth between each person from coach to player to player, and as a whole collective approach. And then you get some, we survey them as well. I've surveyed, and then what we do is we do workshops. For me personally, I do a workshop at TS, and then we go on court straight after. And we just get that vibe and how it feels, and they get a bit more understanding about my coaching traits, their player learning patterns, what makes them, what makes them tick, what makes them hold back. The word confidence comes into play.
Yeah.
Then I work and navigate my way through that, and they amongst themselves, and then we go on court and then try to work on all those things that we discussed in the workshop. So for those who don't know, that's why I classify as D-Day, and I've always done it. And as has got to do it, Marco, which is the 16-2s coach, has done it.
Yeah.
I've done it with him, but I've done it with you. Actually, someone reached out to me yesterday. I've got to do a women's team from Big V, but I didn't mention that is, but from somewhere else. So that's good. We'll talk to them about that.
Yeah.
Which I'll go ring him after this.
It's so important, isn't it? I think because, again, we talk about relationships, and it's so important now for the playing group to understand what you're about, what you expect, understand what they're going through, where they're because everyone, again, is at different points in their lives or different growth points, I guess, and just really get an understanding of that, because that's really going to determine how you go about coaching the year, isn't it?
Well, like you and me just discussed prior to this segment, is what we don't know, we don't know.
Yeah.
So if we don't know it, we can't work on it. We can't support it. We can't create it. We can't help with it. We can't get you through it.
Yes, that's right.
So you try and open up the reality of what they're going through.
Yeah.
Positive, negative, outside, inside, worrying about outside influences. You know, the inner sanctum. Yeah, I think it's great. So you got to do it. And I think it's a massive thing that you can have with any team. Just formulate something that you just can't explain. It's better than going through a whole season not knowing really who your players are.
Yeah. Can I throw this question at you? So when you do your D-Day with your team at junior level, because often the dynamic is juniors that the parents are involved in taking them to and from practice and games and those sorts of things. Do you get the parent groups involved with the D-Day in terms of you will meet with the parent group as well and explain what the season's going to be about, maybe the way your style you coach? Do you go to that next sort of outer layer?
I do like a welcome letter with the report.
Yep.
So what we captured out of that D-Day, normally I actually collect the information.
Yep. So
we get kids put pen to paper.
Yeah, right.
It's not just verbalized. So I might pre-survey them. No name. We might survey them on the spot because sometimes you don't know who's doing the actual survey.
Yeah.
Or whatever we capture we just get the key components or key ingredients. And it's like we send that strategic research back to the parents. So, hey guys, this is me, blah, blah, blah. It was great having kids, D-Day. The reason we did this is what we got out of it. I might do a pre-one just to explain what it's about.
Yeah.
And then I'll give them the collective information we got and what I've found. And that's what will probably create our style of play, the way I'm going to coach, what my focuses are. And within that information, you'll see pressure to perform, all the things that parents might realize that they might be part of that. Then they feel like they're influencing that. And then automatically I've got them thinking about themselves as parents. And then eventually over the small period of time, I'll start to get to know parents personally, who I am, where I'm at. They'll know when and when not to, I'll take a phone call. I'll take a conversation, time and place.
Yeah, not straight after the game Friday on the way after a bad one.
You got 2 hours to build up of anxiety or what are you feeling? And you give me 30 seconds to respond. That won't happen. No. And it won't ever happen at training. Yeah. I'm in training mode. I'm in game mode. But I'll talk to you. I'll even have a coffee or dinner with you. I have to.
Yeah.
But also know that what you give, I'll give back. So if you want to give me a thought, I'll reply with my thought.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
It's
I like the sound of that.
And I'm pretty good with those discussions. Some people always find difficult, but then you start to
But at least you're having those discussions. So that's my point, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it takes away all the spot fires that you. How many coaches go home worried about how to deal with something that's just getting worse and worse and worse?
Yeah. And then you'll deal with it by text or email. The phone call or the face-to-face, you get to hear people's voices and tones and emotions and those sorts of things. Like you said, the conversation may not always go swimmingly well, but at least I think it provides a better bearing and understanding where both sides are at.
Well, imagine this grade phase, try it's grade phase. Parents don't know you.
No.
But you're taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
So when a kid comes home and says X, Y, Z, that's a kid's interpretation.
Yeah.
So the parent doesn't know you, so they don't know if it's right or wrong. No. So you're going to probably think, well, my kid said this.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't actually happen. But they know who you are
and
how you communicate things. They might think, well, you know what? I might see it a little bit differently because the way I understand our coach, he or she will do X, Y, Z.
And that's going to be amplified because we've still got COVID sort of restrictions in place.
I'll still hug the parents, mate.
Yeah, I know, but I think not both sets of parents may be able to be in the venue or the practice venue. I don't know.
I think I've read something. Was it Werribee? There's no limit now.
Oh, there's no limit now. Okay, so we're allowed to get parents back.
I think.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, I need to clarify. I don't know if that's just domestic or that's VJBL.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, actually, I'm flowing now.
Look at you. Yeah, energy. He's back.
I want to do D-Day tomorrow. Hey, this segment, I don't have Todd might be able to watch this because he's on this connect. Right. I might ring Todd after this and say, mate, I want to do D-Day now.
Get him in. Maybe a pre-Christmas one, and they get a pre-Christmas version of Dazza, and then a New Year's version.
Pull them out of school, mate.
Well, I think they're nearly finished school now, except for the primary kids.
You've been around lucky, though. I can bring him here. We can access this. We've got the key to a facility that we can actually, if we want to build a connection, we got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, jumping off connections and groups. So you've come in today. Yep. So we're at CS. You saw a different group here than normal. What would you normally see when you come here? What groups do you normally see? Basketball, training?
Yeah, basketball, training, all levels of ranges of players. We've got big V players that roll in here.
So what was different about today?
We had all abilities group in today, didn't we, Dazza? That was
Adults
fantastic to see.
At end above.
Yeah.
Different, isn't it?
Different. Something about just getting people together and just, again, of all ages, abilities, whatever the case may be, and just enjoying being in a place.
And let them feel comfortable to do what they want to do.
Do what they want to do. Yeah, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Not saying you can't do it because a book says or that person says.
Yeah.
We had them doing all different things today.
Yeah. You tell by the energy in the place too. The energy was up. Absolutely loving it.
And the energy is lower than normal because we just created COVID. So they sort of will get back to familiarize themselves with the environment.
Yeah. That'd be a big transition. I mean, we talk about it for just, you and me.
They need
so different.
Yeah, they need that support.
It probably amplified.
Absolutely. So they've come back, and we've got some new ones we never met before, but it was pumping beforehand, before COVID. So now they're coming back, and you can see the energy's coming up. But normally it's more. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Absolutely great result.
So they were good to have today. So they're the things that we always want to look into is developing people to suit their needs or what they want to try or engaging. Anything is possible.
Great initiative going forward. It's not something that you would ever not do. Hey,
well, it goes back to the team perspective. When I don't want to hear a kid couldn't do this last year or that. Oh no, I'm going to treat the kid for what I see and what they want to do, and I'll work with them. I'm not worried about if parent A was this or that last year. I just don't care.
Yeah,
I'll deal with the parent on face value. I'll deal with the player on face value, and I don't want to be told or guided by misrepresentation of a quote, a book, or is a stigma of a that's who they are. That's what they should be doing. That's what they can't do.
Yeah, that's right.
So what today's all about for us is what I want to bring. What I bring to teams is, mate, if you want to have a crack, we'll do it. If you want to try, we'll do it.
Yeah, that's right.
My way is not the highway. If I want to do something, you think we can do something, let's do it. And that's why I'm excited because these girls aren't going to realize they're going to have an influence in their philosophy of their training, an influence in their offensive structure, defensive concepts, their style of play. I know what I would like to have, but I want to hear what they would like to try, where they're heading. As long as it's under the club's banner of implementing certain structures. These kids are going to get to do things that they've probably thought they never could be able to do before.
Yeah, no, that's a great point.
If a 3-man wants to be a 2-man, try it. If a 1-man wants to try and be a 5-man, let's try it.
Yeah,
I'll bring offense in. That's going to be mobility, and that's why that's why again go back to today. We just give it a go, mate.
Yeah, give it a go. Yeah, absolutely in full flow. It's great. It's great. I can't wait. Friday night's on the way home. I'm going to give you a call. Dad's how to go tonight. Actually, because it's 18s, isn't it?
18,
so
I've
got 16. So you'll be finished after me. I can't wait.
So I think I'll be back at 10 early in the morning. I'll be tired, but they'll be good trips. We always do a Macca's run on the way home with ties and that and tea, and they'll be having their healthy double pounder, quarter pounder.
Mate, there was no such thing back in my day. They used to give out the Macca's vouchers back in the day. Hey, the free free cheeseburger on the way home. Oh, mate, I missed that.
Well, for us, there's no health bar and get the body right. What do you want? Yeah, Macca's. Let's go.
Yeah. That's right.
It's nothing. We train kids to try and be the most elite people, right?
Yeah, we're chowing down Macca's on the way home.
Well, how many times have you gone to Macca's? There's 400 teams there.
Yeah,
they're still at Macca's. Right, at what time? At 11 o'clock at night. So they're going to go to bed in half an hour. They're going to wonder why they can't sleep because they're full. So we contribute to that. But anyway, that's their reward, mate. If it makes them happy, that's what makes them happy.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly right. No, very good. Very good. Look, you're brimming. I can feel the energy, everyone.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's actually hit me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in for a big year now. Really going to gear up. Yeah.
Well, they might get a lot of energy from me then.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be contagious. Energy is contagious. So we stumble across it. Energy is contagious, whether it be positive or negative. So whenever we coach our teams week to week, month to month, year to year, the energy that you lay out is contagious.
I agree.
Hugely contagious, and can probably, I mean, we talk about alignment of philosophy and values and whatnot, but if you're going, it's all good to say this, and this, but if your energy is just contrary to that, that's recipe for disaster, isn't it?
And you want to bring an energy, and it's not always easy to do because energy's hard. Energy's tiring.
It is. I'll get to the end of the weekend from my perspective. I'll walk out of practice after Sunday, Friday night, Sunday practice and go, oh, man, I'm stuffed.
We'll go back to what you're saying now. I had a chat to someone, I think it was yesterday, training. We've got some kids that have been trained pretty well and some high-level kids that are going very, very well.
Yeah.
But they've been doing a lot of core strength and conditioning outside.
Yep.
But not with the basketball in the hand. What people got to realize is you can be the fittest person going around with core strength and conditioning. You can run short, stop-start training. You can do your weight, get your body right, have it all ready to go. But if you're not training the same effort with the basketball dribbling and thinking about decisions, mentally tiring, more energy required through your physical capabilities. I'm seeing kids who are super fit dying in the first 10 minutes because we're making them see the landscape, pretend to see what's going on over there, what's going on here, what's going to happen in X, Y, Z, option 1, 2, 3, defense shifting, offense changing. You still got to bounce the ball. You got to maintain the heart rate. You got to maintain. That's effort. And that's not many people do that outside in the real world. We do our normal training, but we don't do the combined training.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah. I think I understand what you mean. So you're saying.
So we train for an hour and a half a week or 2 to 3 hours a week with the basketball. We sit in the driveway doing our training. That's not energy training. That's just going for the emotions. But when we put the hard work in, whether it's a footy field, whether it's, up and down the beach, we need all those components together to truly see where your level of fitness is.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, they say sport, so 20% is what? Physical, really. 80% mental.
And the mental can tire you out. Like going back to the energy.
Yeah.
I can be energized for the whole game, but I'm done for the next day.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy to give it all, but I'll pay for that with the body, the health. But I'm happy to give it. I want to make them want to run for a wall for me.
Yeah.
And I want to show them I'm prepared to do the same. I'm actually going to be with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's tiring.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's taxing.
Yeah. And it's amazing. I always have this sort of, I relate it more specifically to the time of year, particularly in Melbourne here. When you get to that sort of that transition of season, May, late autumn, June, starts to get colder, it's darker earlier. All those sorts of things. Like it's amazing how that also starts to have an impact on your energy levels as well.
We're all flat now because it's changed the season.
Yeah, and you often perhaps in my experience, you sort of see that transition through that period where your team as well, performance-wise, might be a bit flat. You have a few weeks there where you're only just scraping by, or you're not performing very well. All those sorts of things come into play again as well. Hey,
that's all we said.
That's the slog we talk about.
Slog, and we always say the numbers game. Again, if you're going to give me 60% for a reason, give me 100% of that 60%.
Yeah,
and that's if we can highlight and just keep reiterating that, we'll get a better balance of our players as a group. Because you are going to have highs, you're going to have lows. There's going to be things that we've got to manage it, but we're not all going to be functioning and be a well-oiled machine week in, week out.
Yeah, exactly right.
A brand new car doesn't function well, mate.
Bloody should. How much money do we fork out for it?
How many times are you got to take it and you think, come on, mate, it's a sensor, it's this, or it's a bit of a loose. Okay, it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
We're not all well oiled, and it's not always going to be a perfect week.
Yeah.
And we accept that, we'll probably get more value.
Yeah, I agree.
So moving forward, what's going on in the pipeline? We've got Christmas coming up, which I thought was next week, but it's actually 2 weeks away.
Yep.
What's the plans for you, mate? It's are you going to stay in the basketball mode? Are you going to engage with the kids, or you get a break with these kids that you've chosen? What's happening?
Get a break?
Yeah.
Like Christmas.
From basketball. From basketball. And
yeah, it'll be a bit different to probably previous years because I think
everything's so tight.
Everything's going to be so tight, and the grading phase looks like it's going to come forward a bit.
So has that been officially announced?
I've heard it's official. So 22nd of January, I've heard there's going to be grading.
Have we seen
grading
that? Have we seen that in writing anyway?
I haven't officially seen it, right? I've
just
been
curious.
told.
Yeah, okay. I've heard say,
but I've been told that that's the official news anyway. So I guess I'll head away. Christmas will roll around. We'll work up until Christmas. We'll do practice and whatnot. We've actually got a practice game this Friday night, which was still in the middle of our tryout process. So we don't have the teams locked away by any means. So it's a good chance to sort of see our players in a game sense against opposition. Yeah. We can still got the potential to change and move players around if we need be. So depending on what we see, not that this Friday's the be all and end all, of course. And then we'll work up to Christmas with practice and whatnot. And then we'll have a short break and then get back into it as soon as we sort of can, roughly around mid-January, I think. Probably a bit earlier, really, a bit earlier than usual. That's the way we'll probably look to play it. But I'll look to get away as well and digress. Boxing Day, I'm out.
Where you head to?
I'm up to the river, up to the Murray River there, Yarrawonga National Park. I'll be in there camping, phone reception.
What time are you there till?
What do you mean? What time?
Well, what date are you there till?
Oh, the aim is to be there till at least the new year.
Nah, yeah, give me a date.
Yeah, probably the 1st or 2nd.
Hey? Daz is going to be there on the 4th.
Oh boy,
4th or 5th.
Lucky I miss you.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
It'll be great. Yeah, it's a great end of the world, right? So we go up there. We go with real close family friends. We all got kids roughly the same age, so we have a ball. But I love just being able to say, or not say, it literally happens. My phone is off. It's a complete sensory shift, isn't it? Middle of National Park, camping, different environment around you. I don't have the distractions. Switch off.
But it's also
not accessible.
Yeah, you go
a little bit.
But what better is the phone, the connection where you can always be reached at anywhere at any time is tiring.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I'm the same. I'm not very good to take the phone in my hands, but if I'm an hour away, I'm heading in an away direction.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm good.
It's done.
So it means I can't go back and fix anything that's wrong.
Yeah.
The only reason I have my phone is because I've got sports bet on it. So I need that when I'm having a drink. I back turtles and I'm in South Africa at 1 o'clock in the morning when everyone's in bed.
Marble races, whatever it is. Gee whiz.
Yeah. With my little $5 bets. I feel I'm a big king, but
yeah. Yeah, so I think it'll be a little bit different. We'll get back a little bit early. The thing will be, and we spoke about this last week, such a long layoff, quick little start, little layoff, then back into it. You've got to be so careful with, especially, again, I've got 16, so I've got, at the moment, they're 13, 14-year-olds that will go on to be 14, 15-year-olds, whatever, in that sort of case. They're growing, physically growing young boys at the moment into men. It's those physical changes, the muscles, the bones grow, the muscles take a while to catch up, all those sorts of things. So we just got to be very careful.
Progressive steps, mate.
Yeah.
We all want the same outcome. We all want the desired, we want to make a difference and become better than what we were yesterday, but it's not going to be overdone in a week. And I'm still cautious that too much is going on in such a short time, but hey, the powers that be, there's probably reasons why they've done what they've done. But it just seems tight.
Yeah.
We've got kids trying to catch up on trainings from being out for 6 months.
Yeah.
We've got to know when to say you need to back off now.
Yeah.
We're training hard now.
Yeah.
You look like you're a little bit sore. I don't always like the run-out theory, but you just got to manage it.
Yeah, that's right. I think we've got to be a bit conscious of it. I'm the same as you. There's a difference. You're never, ever going to be, when the season rolls around, you're never going to be at that 100%. I don't feel the aches and the pains. That happens.
I think it's going to be all year's one. This will be. We won't be able to, they'll be lingering all year.
Yeah, they'll be lingering. But I mean, the point I'm trying to make is you're never always going to feel great.
Yeah, sure.
You're going to be a little bit sore. That's a given. But I think, we're going to have to be really careful. We're going to have to ask our athletes to be really in tune with their bodies, the coaches to be really connecting with their players and
be honest.
And got to be honest. Yeah, if you're really sort of a point where it's impacting your performance, you need to sit one out.
Is it okay to be sore?
Of course it is.
Is it okay? Is it okay to be injured?
Yes.
So if someone doesn't tell you they're injured or they're sore, how will it look from the outside looking in?
Yeah.
So for kids to realise, I've got no choice. I've got no, because everything's such tight. No, if you're honest and true, the coach will be the same in return.
Yeah, that's right. And the funny thing I find is this is a common injury in basket in our world is the ankle injury, right? Someone that rolls their ankle. They'll say, no, I'm right to go the next week. I cringe with that stuff. I really do. It's for me, you roll your ankle. Your ankle ligaments, the whole structure is going to be weak. All it takes is just one step the wrong way and come down the wrong way, and all of a sudden it's worse, even worse than it was. I just worry, you rush yourself back for that next week so you're not missing. Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah, the short-term losses for the long-term game.
An automatic nearly 2 weeks. Just go away, get it right.
What about when I'm not a doctor, so we might get pinned for this one.
That's true.
Well, when a kid says the doctor told me I need a week's rest from injury.
Physio.
That tells me if you're injured, it'll be a 2 to 3 week at least, correct? I've never heard of this 1 week off and I'll be fine in the second week.
Yeah, no.
If you need a week off, you need more than 1 week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've got to rest. The doctor said I can't train this week.
But
you're not playing this week then? Oh, no, I'll be right to play. No. If you can't train this week or you can't play next Friday, I'm going to imagine you're going to need 2 to 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
But there are people that said, I need 1 week's rest from an injury. Is that such a thing?
No, I can't imagine so.
There's bruising. There's some sort of impact somewhere.
Yeah. I used to say to our big V players, so we used to practice a Thursday and then the game would be Saturday night or Sunday. If you can't get through the rigors of a full practice and go hard that practice, you can't possibly expect to play.
Yeah, if you tweak something on the Tuesday, we haven't written you off yet.
No, but it's
as long as you can fulfill Thursday. But if you don't train Tuesday or Thursday, but I'll be right to play Saturday. Really?
Yeah. Or spend the whole day off school Friday.
How many times?
Oh, man. This never happened.
Yeah. So there's things I think people should realise now that there's got to be a minimum date, a minimum time. Yeah. And you got to know that if your kid's not right, they're not right.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, you'll be right in 2 days. Now, we've tried things. We've all been through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done with my own kids.
Yeah.
But as we get older, as we say, there's more impact and there's more involved than what was, not in our day, but, just there's so much commitment now. You got to start realizing, well, if you're not right this week, you're not right this week. And most likely not going to be right the week after.
Yeah. That's it.
It's now you're in rehab.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Or if you're coming up bruising, okay, well, if it's bruising out, okay, well, there's different ways you look at it, but just be very careful.
Play the long-term game, please. Don't play the short-term game.
Yeah, mate, I broke a toenail. I'll take 6 weeks off, mate.
Jeez.
I say, I got blood tests. I got blood tests the other day.
Yeah,
and the nurse goes, "You can't do any heavy lifting for 24 hours." So I'm going to tell my wife, "You said 7 days." So I wasn't going to do any heavy lifting for 7 days.
Oh, no house chores for you, hey, Daz. Jeez, hey.
Nah.
Give him an inch, he takes a mile, gentlemen. Hey,
I'm happy to be injured, mate. I'm happy to be injured. I'm done.
Good on you. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So I know the news in our life and what we're about and what we're doing.
No, we're just gearing up for what's about to come. Because I think there's apprehension, there's a bit level of anxiety about it all. That I think, and it'll always come back to the coaches will be blamed first around how we sort of push our athletes. So believe me, a lot of coaches at the moment out there are very cognizant of the way to build into this next season, doing it the right way, and then getting through the season the right way too.
Slow start, strong finish.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. And again, there's always the pressures of, well, we're grading, we want to grade as high as we can and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
So that point grading high, so you have no team left.
You want to burn it. You just burn the candle at both ends. You can't do it.
Well, not just in a business sense, but life sense. I honestly think February is going to have a massive impact for many people. The reality of a lot of things are going to come into play.
Yeah.
The reality that we're back in a full swing.
Yeah.
The reality is we're still hurting from what happened.
Yeah.
There's going to be some more financial strain because, say, JobKeeper alone is going to have an impact for a lot of people. That stops unless they extend it, which I don't know if they will. There's going to be February's going to be a lot of stressful times. There's going to be a lot of impact on players' bodies.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on parents to get to and from when
families.
They've got a lot of things they've got to worry about themselves.
Yeah.
Let alone putting food on the table.
Yeah, that's right. The financial aspect. And it always usually is. I mean, I used to work in the financial industry. December rolls around, January, you always see it. And that's when things were normal. We've had 6 months of...
Well, normally you get some time out in January. A break from it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a break in COVID. I don't even like hearing when people say, "Oh, you're off all COVID." Well, we weren't. Mentally, we weren't resting. Yeah, physically, we weren't doing well for our bodies because what we weren't doing was having impact. It was negative.
That's right.
So we haven't actually had the chance to actually recoup and readjust and relax as a proper family unit. So we're going to go into February full steam ahead with no slowing down. That's February, March I think is going to be. Hope that we all put some things and measures in place that maybe, or for me, I know what I'll be doing to the girls I'm coaching. That weekend will be different.
Yeah. We
might not train this weekend, but we'll do something.
Yeah.
But it's going to be different. I'm not worried about the game next week.
Yeah. I get you.
I'm going to make sure that we're okay. Mentally, physically, parents-wise. So I might do a group gathering.
Yeah.
I might do a reconnection and I want to do a dinner dance here, reconnecting the community and just let go of everything and forget about everything.
Yeah.
So I just hope people are aware that there's more pain coming in more generic
more wide, more outside of the bubble.
Yeah,
that's going to have an impact. Yeah, something to be we're
nowhere near back yet.
Very aware of
to normality.
No, we just got to safely manage our way through it as best we can and be conscious of what's happening around us.
That's why the pressure, the expectations have got to be just just level it down. Make it just a simple playing field.
Yep.
Don't raise the bar too high. Let's not put the pressure on to perform or expectations of where we should end up.
No. Remember why we're back.
Yeah,
doing the thing we love.
Week by week, tick boxes as a week goes by.
Mm.
I don't even be hesitant to worry about the 6-month goal. Just, what are we going to achieve this week?
Yeah.
You healthy? You feeling okay?
Mm.
Are we competitive? Are we working well together? Are we gelling well together? Tick.
Yeah.
If it's not, fix it.
I agree.
I'm going to be doing week by week goals.
Mm.
I have no long-term goals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a good way to look at it.
Maybe grow in April. Maybe I can grow into that.
Yeah.
But why do we want to see so far beyond? We don't really know what's going to happen just in the first couple of weeks.
Well, it's sort of that. It'll be that part when you get to that. Is it usually like an April school holidays? Like that usually 2-week Easter period feeds into a school holiday period or whatever. That'll probably be the part where you'll sit, take a breath, and actually assess where you're at. Hey, you'll have a clear picture. You've been through the rigors of the last 2 months, February, March. A lot on the plate, a lot on the go. Where are we at now? Recalibrate and springboard forward from there.
Well, I don't know the answer because I haven't read it. Have they talked about playing through school holidays?
I don't know.
Because that's another concern if that's a potential.
I hope.
That means there is no recuperation. There is no resetting
recalibrating.
And refocusing and reshifting our where we were to where we can go now. You know, take that next step or phase 1 into phase 2 into phase 3. You got to remember, I don't think I was talked about yet. How big is the tournament going to be at the end of January?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a bit different to previous years, from what I've heard.
So that's another scope that we're not aware of. I'm presuming it's going to be in sections, not as a whole.
Yeah, I think there's some more information to come on that.
Well, also the probably message for me is, and you probably say the same, is we've got to be careful. Let's measure it right. Let's just be careful on how far we look moving forward. Progressive steps, small steps, stay in phase 1 and know to gradually go to phase 2, whatever phase 2 is, whatever phase 3 is.
Yeah.
It's just gradual progressive steps. And remember, it's not about us. It's about getting the kids just through it.
Exactly right. 100% Daz.
Maintain the engagement, the enjoyment, and the commitment.
Yep.
The rest should come.
Exactly.
So I think we should sign off now.
Sign off.
We can talk about more things next week and we might have a little bit more understanding of what's happening in January.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sounds good.
Well, actually, we didn't come up with a debate, so maybe we'll come up with a debate next week.
Okay.
I had one, but I failed it because I was wrong, so I didn't want to put that one up. So I was all ready to go, and then, hang on, that doesn't make sense.
And I think I was right last week.
Yeah, you're always right. You're right. I don't want to accept when you're right. We get big Letson boy. He'll come on and he'll bring you back down to earth again. And work out where you're really at.
Oh, the big dog. He's sitting home with the sledgehammer, just waiting.
So, okay, talk about Nathan. Maybe the big dog should be on.
Ooh.
Let's really hear about the past between you and him and how it all was, and and mini me and all that stuff. What do you think?
If you want to run the gauntlet,
big
mate.
Dog, you've been invited to an episode on both sides, and I'll be the mediator. I'm going to sit back and just be entertained.
Gee whiz. I'm going to have my wits about me that day because
we'll even get him a TS hoodie.
He's a witty man.
Oh, we'll get him a TS hoodie.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
TS. Big Dog invites out there.
Oh,
hey, you know another one we're going to do, and to be fair, we've got to get Ivo back on. Something I want to get him back on.
Yeah.
And also want to get Paul Hopper back in, have a chat about some things. So next, we'll start bringing some more guests back, guys. We're just trying to work out the studio and where we do a bit of a video conference. We'll be on both sides of the line with me. There's one with Ron Dorsey from America we're going to do. So some things happening.
Yep.
But all in all, let's sign off and just see how we go. So any last words, Azza, from you?
No, my last words always just look after each other as best you can. And especially coming into this time of the year, there's a level of anxiety with what we've been through and what's probably coming. But just enjoy, if you can, the time with loved ones.
Absolutely. Yep. Our message is always the same. Stay well, stay safe, stay strong. Yep. If you're feeling down and out, reach out. Don't hesitate. Someone will listen. And it's just support. People can't always solve the problem, but we can also be there while you're going through the problem. Just that alone helps us get through to move forward. All right, guys, much love. TS family is out. Azza, thank you once again. My right-hand man. Actually, my left-hand man. That doesn't make what right-hand man. Why is it always on the right?
I got a feeling that goes back to something a few millenniums ago that when the king or whoever it was, the head of, always sat at the table, their second in command would always sit to the right.
So who's on the left?
I think it was usually a lovely wife or partner.
Right. Normally they had about 7.
Would usually be on the left.
In those days, they had 7. 8, 9.
Well, yeah, the table would be lying down.
So the right hand man. That's
usually
where it came
the
from.
second in command. Usually,
are you talking absolute gibberish or is that fact? Is this a guessing game?
I'll say I haven't very much research. Hang on, let me. I haven't very much researched that, but I'm going to put myself on the line here and say that is exactly the reason.
So when he does this, he's really feeling it. The veins are popping out. When he does this, he's actually thinking and bringing his thoughts together. When he does this, so I just want to make sure because when we talk, and as I was all confident, and then he questioned himself, was it actual fact? And then he turned to back himself. So that was an amazing change of transformation with just you knew in that 5 seconds there, Azza.
Yeah. So I'm going to put myself on the line there. The right hand man.
So what are you called now? My left hand man.
I'm not your wife. I'm still on your left.
So do I say my right hand man or do I say my left hand man?
I don't know. You're a wingman.
My wingman.
Yeah. You're Maverick.
But yeah, you know when you say you're my wingman, there's 2 wings on a plane, mate. That's all I'm saying.
I'm your wingman.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
See ya. All this.
Bye.